Greetings, Wastelander. The question is not whether you are a boy or a man, but whether you have the grit and fortitude to evolve into a true man, one who can conquer, provide, and protect. Age is irrelevant, for it takes more than just the passage of time to make a man. But modern society, with its insidious agenda, seeks to feminize our boys from an early age. Perhaps you too have been a victim of this brainwashing, and have become a man-child as a result. You may have even succumbed to the toxic notion that masculinity is inherently bad, that being competitive, seeking challenges, and possessing boundless energy are undesirable traits. From the time you were a young boy, you were taught that these traits were frowned upon. Your teachers were likely women, who encouraged you to behave like the girls in class. But let me tell you, these traits are essential to becoming a true man. If you wish to conquer, provide, and protect, then you must embrace your natural desires and shed the shackles of society's lies. Undoing this brainwashing will not be easy, but it will be worth it. You must unlearn everything you have been taught and rediscover what it truly means to be a man. More videos on this subject will be forthcoming, so be sure to subscribe to this channel so you don't miss them. But even if you do not fall for society's lies, that alone is not enough to turn you from a boy into a man. It takes a willingness to embrace your true nature, to face challenges head-on, and to strive for excellence in all that you do. Only then can you call yourself a true man. The question is, Wastelander, do you have what it takes to become one? Girls become women by reaching physical maturity, but boys have to pass a test. After all, men carry the burden of performance. If you don't perform in any field of your life as a man, the world will treat you as a worthless, low-tier man. A woman can be beautiful, and the world will treat her like a diamond, as there is value in her beauty for a man. This is not the case. You must put in the work and create your own value. This is the ruthless reality. However, you should see this as a good thing. It means no matter who you are, you can build yourself up to a high-value man. Take note of the men you truly respect in your life. What makes you respect them? Problem-solving skills, the ability to deal with adversity, provisioning courage, strength, discipline, or leadership. Whatever makes you respect them as a man has nothing to do with age. Let's discuss 4 crucial things that will turn boys into men. Number 1 is responsibility. You boys, you think you're hot stuff, huh? You like to do whatever the hell you want, and then when things go south, you're quick to point the finger at anyone but yourself. You whine and complain about your problems like you're some kind of victim. But let me tell you something. Real men don't play that game. Real men know that there's always some ownership to take, even when someone else does you wrong. Maybe you ignored the warning signs. Maybe you made a bad call. Either way, you gotta take responsibility for your actions and stop blaming the world for your problems. See, the truth is, we're not victims of circumstance. We're victims of our own minds. We let our fears and doubts hold us back, and then we wonder why we're not where we want to be in life. But if you want to change your situation, you got to change your mindset. You got to step up and take charge of your problems, instead of waiting for someone else to solve them. So listen up, boys. If you want to make something of yourself in this world, you got to start by accepting your responsibilities. You got to stop playing the blame game and start taking action. Because the truth is, we are where we are in life not because of other people, but because of ourselves. It's time to man up and take control of your destiny before it's too late. Number 2, start doing instead of just talking. You all know the type. The guy who talks a big game, bragging about how he's the king of the world, how many girls he's bedded, how much money he's made, and how tough he is. He spins these tall tales to impress his friends and puff up his ego. But let me tell you something, boys. It's all talk. To become a true ladies' man, a wealthy tycoon, or a skilled fighter takes more than just a few good stories. It takes hard work, dedication, and a willingness to get your hands dirty. And that's where the real men separate themselves from the boys. Real men know that talk is cheap, and that actions speak louder than words. You see, boys like to take the easy way out. They think that by bragging and posturing, they can achieve the status they desire. But let me tell you something. That status is nothing but smoke and mirrors. Any real situation will expose the truth behind the facade. Real men know when to keep their mouths shut and when to put their heads down and get to work. They don't complain. They don't make excuses. They don't waste time talking about what they're going to do. They just do it. They focus on the doing, not the talking. So listen up, boys. If you want to be a real man, stop talking and start doing. Put in the work, make the sacrifices, and let your actions speak for themselves. Because at the end of the day, talk is cheap, and action is everything. Number 3, don't play a lot of video games. Listen up, my friend. I know what you're thinking, and I'm not here to judge. But if you want to be a true man, you've got to cut out the video games and the fapping. I'm not saying video games aren't fun, they can be a blast. But have you ever stopped to think about why they're so addictive? It's because they're designed to play to our most basic desires as men: competition, conquest, and status. And while those achievements may feel real in the moment, they're nothing but a hollow victory in the long run. If you lose yourself in video games, you're losing your ambition and your life force in the real world. You're missing out on the satisfaction of real achievements and the thrill of true conquest. And don't even get me started on fapping. Sure, it might feel good in the moment, but it's a fake conquest. You're watching other people perform, and you're not even approaching the opposite sex yourself. It's a false reality, and it's no way to live. Plus, have you heard of the side effects? Erectile dysfunction is no joke, my friend. So if you want to be a true man, you've got to step away from the screen and into the real world. Take on real challenges, conquer real obstacles, and approach real women. Only then will you truly be a man. Number 4, control your emotions or they'll control you. It's a fact of life that separates the boys from the men. Society these days wants to blur the lines, telling boys to express their feelings and listen to their emotions. But that's a load of hogwash. Men do what needs to be done, whether they feel like it or not. We can't afford to be ruled by our feelings. Now, I'm not saying you should bottle everything up inside. If something's bothering you, it's important to talk about it. But there's a time and a place for that. When you're in the heat of the moment, you need to detach from the situation and look at it objectively. More often than not, things aren't as bad as they seem. You see, emotions are like a double-edged sword. They can be powerful motivators, driving you to achieve your goals and overcome obstacles. But if you don't keep them in check, they can also lead you down a dark path. And that's where we run into trouble. Take school shootings, for instance. 99% of those kids came from single-mother households. Now, I'm not blaming the mothers, but it's a fact that fathers play a crucial role in enforcing discipline and order in the household. When fathers are absent, or when society tells boys to just listen to their feelings, bad things can happen. And that's not something we can afford to ignore. But there's hope, my friends. We can channel our emotions in a productive way. Take anger, for example. Many boys have turned to the gym and built incredible physiques because of it. They were bullied, they were angry, and they used that anger to fuel their workouts. That's emotional control at its finest. So don't be afraid of your emotions. Embrace them, but use them wisely. With this knowledge, you'll be amazed at what you can accomplish. And if you want to keep leveling up in life, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. Until next time, my brothers.